Yo, what's up? Back with another meta update. Like I said before, I'm switching it back to bi-weekly because sometimes stuff comes up and you can't, like, predict things, and I don't want to give you wrong information. Solo lane is very weird right now, in a weird spot, competitively versus ranked, but in ranked, it's much more difficult to play in. But anyway, currently not on my main account. I'm on entering the mid main. On my stream, I'm currently doing a mid to master series, so I'm going through every single role. So if you want to vote on that when this one gets done, make sure to check out the community tab and stuff. And I'm streaming it and uploading it to a new VOD channel, NotAValveGAme. It'll be linked below. Chilling aside, start with the mid update. So the magical ADCs are still better than the physical ones. They feel better. Freya being probably number one of those. Freya, Sol, and Olaron really good at those. Kronos is kind of the can go mid, can go ADC. They still all feel pretty good. The nerf to the magical kin size, forgot the name of it. The temporary magical kin, whatever the hell the name of it is affects them, the Cyclopean ring, but really not that much. They're still very, very powerful, and they feel much better than the physical hunters do. But if you are going to play a physical hunter, Theranos, Ishtar, and Chiron. Theranos, Ishtar, Chiron feel really good. Medusa feels decent. Honor isn't bad into the magical ADCs, but late game he does fall off pretty hard. And Rama are kind of the ones you're going to want to look towards. Chiron's in that list, building differently than all the other hunters. He builds an ability-based build that he normally does, like in mid, because proc items are really good right now, and Chiron can hit you with them from across the team fight. So, which makes him very strong. He does a lot of damage. He has an in-kit cleanse. His dash is pretty decent, and he's got good boxing potential and really good poke. But anyway, moving on to supports. Supports are kind of the same. I usually say Yamoja and Ares. In lower level games with Ares, you can kind of just run stuff if you're better than them. You're good with Ares. Yamoja, another skill character, along with Maui, but if you're better than people, you can kind of just run games. If you're looking outside of that, Atlas, Fafnir is pretty decent. Terra's pretty decent. Sylvanas is pretty decent. Bacchus, pretty good. Other than that, though, you might want to look elsewhere. I wouldn't go any physical supports other than your boy Horus. Maybe Mulan at most, but stick to Horus if you're going to go physical. Other than that, the supports really, not much has changed. Mid laners, from the mage tab. Despite the nerfs to tablet and book, I still feel like both are pretty strong. They feel worse than they did before, but Tiamat and Merlin are still, I'd say, the top two mid lane mages. They still use the proc items really, really well. And that's kind of it. They do a ton of damage. They're decently safe. It's just how it is. We're gonna look outside of that. Kronos is pretty decent. The Agni, Yu Huang, Hebo, though he's better in jungle, all feel really good. Vulcan doesn't feel bad. Hell is a closet pick that, if you're good with her, you should definitely play her. That character is going to run shit when the Pro League comes around, I think, if she doesn't get banned. That character is so strong. Her too, having the percent pen on it. It's crazy. You're gonna go Hunter mid. Chiron is kind of your go-to, I would say. Chiron's a pretty good mid laner. Ullr's okay. I wouldn't call him the best, but he's good at being aggressive. Jungle. We're starting the mage tree because Hebo and Aokwang. Been over this a couple times. This shit broken. Hebo does a metric ass load of damage and requires very little skill. Aokwang does the same thing and requires maybe like an inch more of skill. That's about it. Assassins. Cleo, Daji, Sano, Set, Raven, Pele, Naja, Nemesis even, Thor, Mercury, Loki, all feel really good. Loki right now has a really annoying build he's been going, and it's, you guessed it, abusing proc items. Get your Jotuns, you get your Hydras, you get Crusher, you get Heartseeker, and then you get whatever the hell you want. These items should be in your build. Crazy. Bluestone proc, with Crusher proc, with Heartseeker proc, it's nuts. Loki poke, it's just literally you throw your 2 at people and do damage them, and you just poke them. It's up so often. Even Camazot's pretty decent. Bastet doesn't feel horrible. Wheelix feels pretty decent. A lot of the assassins right now can be played and can dominate. Thanatos at the lower ranks kind of shits on everybody. Lancelot, decent. Fenrir, still pretty decent. You're gonna go a warrior jungle? Don't, for one. But if you are going to go a warrior jungle, I've been seeing Hercules, Achilles do well because they're ability based. Gilgamesh, Erlang, and Osiris really aren't doing well right now because they're not ability based and they don't feel. Next, Soul Lane. Thing is about this tap, right? In competitive, you can run these gods, and it's fine. In ranked, however, you feel like you need a gimmick to win in that lane. Those gimmicks vary. Guan Yu has healing, Tyr has an ass load of sustain, Surtur is just super annoying, has insane lane pressure. Cullen does it to everybody but Surtur and Hades. We'll talk about Hades in a minute. Achilles has an execute, feels pretty good. Ulan feels decent, Odin feels decent. But outside of that, you're not really looking at many of these. Cleo feels very good. The full damage Cleo build, she feels ridiculous, especially in ranked when teams can't really coordinate around which wall she's gone into and whatever. She does a ton of damage, explodes people. Camazot's not in the same vein as Cleo, but he does a ton of damage, he explodes people. Kind of just how it is. Set is decent. Thor feels pretty good, and you can still build him hybrid. Loki, you can build full damage on and do the same thing you do in jungle. In terms of Guardians, Ardio's okay, at best. Jormungandr's pressure. And that's kind of where you want to go. That's about it. Mages, though. I said I was going to talk about him, and here he is. He's back. Hades. Insane lane pressure. He outpressures Surtur. He's still got the same problem. He can group up the wave. He's level 2 at that point, so he can get blind on everything and he can explode everything. It's how it works. Hades is back, and he's at the top. You could spam the shit out of Hades Soul and feel really good about it. I would definitely look at him. But to play into him, I would definitely look to play Cleo. Cleo is super safe. You can farm to level 5, and then you don't have to interact with him at all. You just use your ultimate to clear the wave. Put a second point into it when you can, and then you don't have to worry about maxing it at all. It clears. You'll be fine. Outside of that, though, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Sub if you aren't already. Sub to the VOD channel. Follow the Twitch. Peace.